This is our More Manager product. So this is a login function. I'll be logging as administrator first. So when you log in, this you'll be viewing your own particulars, and there's a password update function. Your current password got to tally with it in the database. So example, the original password is admin. If I type in admin2, hello, hello, it will give me an error message saying that current password is incorrect. If I type in the correct password, but mismatch password in hello, they show me that password mismatch. So creating account, there's login details, personal details, and payment details. You got to enter all of it before submitting, or not, they'll ask you to fill in the field. What this checkbox does is to actually detonates whether if it's a manager or not. So view users, you can actually view current account users. So you can search by username. Example, if it's on page 3, there's Ops Manager, I'll just type OP, and it should show me Ops Manager, and I can search. You can see disable accounts. How disable accounts actually work is actually from current accounts, where you, example, this account HR, you can deactivate it, and the person will not be able to log in. So you go under disabled, HR will be there. To activate it back, click on options and activate back the account, and it will be back in current accounts. Let's search for HR. Yep, it's back. So for apply leaves, you can select a date, let's say 19, and you will blank out the rest of dates before 19 so that there will be not any errors. So let's select 20th, reason, Bangkok trip, submit. So you got to wait approval from your manager, which is the administrator's manager. So you go on a pending list, there should be a Bangkok trip, which is 2 days. I can delete it. Everyone starts with 14 days of leave in a company. The reason why this person has left 7 days is because the history. There's 7 days of approved leaves by the manager. If you try to apply more than 7 days, there will be an error message. I'll show you. Apply leave 13 to 28. Testing. Submit. Not enough leaves left. So for the submit MC wise, you can actually set the date of the MC. From and to is the same. You can't select a date before that. The reason, you gotta choose an image file and submit. So you can see under MC records. Testing. So for salary records, you can actually print the status and view the full breakdown of the CPF record based on the Singapore CPF website. I'll be logging out now. Now I'll be logging in the HR manager. The languages can be changed because previously it was saved in the cookies as Chinese. So for now, the HR manager can also create an account, view users. The extra function of a manager is that he can view department staffs, his own personal department, which is human resource. So for handle leaves, he can apply his own leave, his own pending leaves, his own history. You can approve leave based on your department if someone submits in the department, or department history of leaves. So this person actually applied the leave and was approved by the HR manager. So for reset employee leaves, what happens is that for the leaves, everyone will get resetted at the end of the year. So if for the HR manager, what he can do is click on this link. It's unable to reset all leave as today is not the last day of the year yet. So at the end of the last day of the year, he's able to click on this link to reset everyone's leave. So for approve MC, the approve MC can be done by HR. So you can actually approve MC that are sent by all users, as in all the staffs. They're all not verified yet. So what you can do is that you can actually download the MC. view the MC. So by clicking on the tick, the options there, it will actually approve the MC. So for example, vomiting by Leslie was successfully submitted and approved. So you can actually view the previous records of approved records here. This is the one we just approved. So the other records, the other stuff like claim records, submit claims are the same as the previous user. Salary records is the same. So I'll log out now. I'll be logging in as the finance. For finance, there are lesser tabs. You can't create account for new users. You can apply leave, view on pending leaves, and handle leaves. So for approved claims, you can actually approve claims based on people who have submitted, and these are the past records of people who actually submitted, like help us to send a document, and you can actually download the receipt to have a look. So what you can do in extra is to generate salary. So at the end of the month of the, let's say 30th of June, when you click on the link, salary was already generated for this month as we did a test phase on June. Otherwise, it will only allow if it's end of the month. So you can view your own salary records. So I'll be logging out. Now we'll be logging as the tenant manager. For tenant manager, what you can see down here is add shop and tenant info. So for add shop details, all those in green are actually those shops that have already been added, the details like, so we'll go to level 2. Level 2, you see there are 3 in red. These 3 are the ones that have not been added yet. So example, you go to unit 277. We can add a shop size. Let's check the previous size of 278, which is 50. $7,000. 700 for the monthly utility bill, and we submit. So the shop data has been added successfully. So when you go to level 2, there should be only 2 left. So the previous one of 277, instead of adding now, you can actually view. For the square feet, you're unable to edit, but you can edit the rental price and also the utility bill price. So when it's updated, when you go back to 277, it should show the updated 8,800. So for the tenant details, based on this floor plan over here, you can actually see the shops that have been rented out and the shops that are already taken. We have the legend below. Red means that it's rented out and green means that the shop is empty. So when you click on view tenant detail 1, you can actually see the particulars of the user, like login details, shop name, and the personal details of the person. This is for ease of contact. So if you try to renew a contract, let's say extend 4 years, you're unable to extend now. So let's extend again, 4 years, submit. Sorry, unable to renew the contract due to contract not due yet. It's because the contract end date has not up yet, because the current year is 2013 and the contract ends on 2016. Only on the day itself or the day after that you're able to renew the contract. Even if you try to cancel the contract, it wouldn't allow, as the contract is not up yet. So for tenant functions, he can actually generate the rentals. So rentals already generated for this month. Otherwise, it's only end of the month, then he's able to generate the rentals because we did a test function. So for view rentals, you can actually view what happens is we click on view rentals, it'll show the current month of all rentals of the shop. So based on this, you can see how much the shop has paid or not paid yet. So those in red are actually not paid yet. So there's a button here which make payment. Upon shop owners coming down to the office to pay, you can actually click on the make payment to change his. So he has already paid a bill. So for view history, it will show the previous months or records. For view outstanding payments, you can actually see there's one in red. The red one is actually means that this guy BMG level 1, he has left the mall and no longer with us. So based on this, we can actually track back how much he have owed in the past. So based on tenant functions, the view contract expiry. You can actually see there are two important links. One is shop name and one is unit. Based on clicking on the shop name, you can actually view the past and present contracts of Best Denki, how many years he have contracted with us. And by clicking on the unit number, you show the previous owners for the shop, Hex 101 in the past. So example BMG level 1, which we saw just now, he still has an outstanding payment of $22,000. So how do you know how to contact him is actually by clicking on view more, and you can actually find his personal particulars and contact him. So example for Beijing 101, when you click on it, this GV Center has left the complex, but he has no late payments. For the records down here, if they are stated in red, it means that the contract is up to it's going to be expired from the current date of 3 months. So for complaints and inquiries can be sent by tenants. So to view more, you can actually click on it and view the messages. So if it's closed, there's no way that you can reply the messages. So for pending means that for now I'll be logging in the More Manager. Upon logging in, More Manager has more functions. So under bookings, you open a booking calendar. Password is admin, username is admin, and password is admin. So upon logging in, you can see settings, calendars, reservations. What we want to do is actually create a new calendar. So I created an advertising panel too. You can check on it and publish it so that people can actually make bookings. You can manage and create time slots for it. You can set a date from when to a certain date, the slot duration from when to when, and also the price. So how do you view the reservation is going to list the reservations. So you can see the people who have booked, the details, and whether it's confirmed or not. And you can also export it to a CSV, which is an Excel format. For manage inventory, there are two different segments down here. One is a new location. By adding a new location, you actually trigger the location of item. So example, I put in second office and I submit. Location is added to their database, and there's a second office here. Based on adding the serial number, name, price, quantity, and image of location, image of the file, and the location, upon submitting, you can actually view the inventory and it will show the descriptions of the serial number, name, price, location, and quantity. By pressing the print option, it will print out a QR code diagram. Based on this QR code, using a mobile scanner, you can actually retrieve the data of the information immediately. So maintenance. Before adding a maintenance, we actually want to add a contractor, which company is from. Example, email. Submit. Upon adding a contractor, after that you can add a maintenance by adding a description, the date of maintenance. The price can be typed in or not. You can leave it empty, and the contractor here, it's a choice of contractors that you have. So you can actually view the maintenance records or view contractors. For the maintenance record wise, if the options is not available, it means that the price has already been entered. If the price is not entered, it's for upcoming date, so that you can go in options and actually update the price. Example, 200, and you can submit. So for view contractors, you can actually delete contractors if they're no longer in use. Example, I'll delete wishy-washy, and it's gone. To retrieve it back in future, if you want to use him again, you can always view by clicking here, which is the previous contractors. So to view all tenants, for the mall manager, you can actually view by floor plan list, table view, or graph view. Graph view is actually a record of the end of year statements. So for the submit MC wise, logout is the same. Now I'll be logging as a normal tenant. Tenant can actually view his login details, shop details, personal details, updating his shop contact, and also his password. So for bookings, you can actually make bookings. So for the bookings, example, you can make a booking on the 13th. I'll select 6 to 6:30. On the 13th, book now. I send an email to the user, and on the 13th now 6 to 6:30 will be blanked out. So for this is for loading bay. If I want to book advertising panels, let's say on the 13th, just one with a price. Upon clicking book now, you're actually required to pay with PayPal. So for complaints and queries, you can actually create a case. For tenant, you can actually choose complaint or inquiries. Example, inquiries. Upon submitting, the inquiries will be submitted. So it will bring you to actually show you the subject, the type, and the status. If it's open, you can delete it. Otherwise, if it's pending or closed, you're not able to do so. If it's closed when you view more, you're not able to actually reply, but actually view the messages of the past records. If you go in for the current one, it actually allows you to reply to the tenant manager when he replies to you. For rental information, you can actually see the rental statements of your shop price in the breakdown of utility bills, shop price, and total price, and whether you have paid or not. It will be shown in red with a payment issue. For maintenance information, they'll be showing the upcoming information of maintenance that is happening, so that tenants can actually avoid if they happen to use that place often. As for languages, for tenants, not everyone is well to do with English, so we actually added in Malay, Chinese, and Hindi. So for Malay, all tabs will be actually changed to Malay. We'll change to Chinese. All the selections will be in Chinese. And for Hindi, it's the same. So that's all for our program, and thanks for watching the video. Done. The case is still open until the user actually reply with everything is alright, then we can actually close the case. Upon closing, you can actually see that you got to reply him. So upon closing, the status will actually change to close.